Hello, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to the Syrinscape Twitch channel once again. We are here to play a little bit of Cyberpunk Red. We're playing the campaign Out on a Limb, and that's powered up by our Talsorian games. Obviously, the Syrinscape sound set, and that's all run by Wandering DM in the background here. Now, I'm Phil. As I said, I'm from Baby Beard Media. And I will be your GM for today. And introducing the cast in no particular order, we have Tanya.
Hey, I'm Tanya. I am your fabricator, your techie. You can find me over at Cypher. And let's see if I survived, because my internet went out right at the end of the last episode. So I don't even know if I'm alive. So good job.
And Gabe.
Hello, I am Gabe. You know me as at Gabe James Games across the internet, and I am playing Nero, your Netrunner. Happy to be of service.
Excellent. And Sara.
Hi, I'm Sara. You probably know me on Twitter as Mustang's Art. I made the combat wheelchair, and I'm playing Nyx, who is the Medtech.
Lovely, thank you. And Kelli.
Hi, I'm Kelli, mostly known as the Opera Geek, and I am playing Olympia, the Rockerboy.
Fantastic. Now, before we get started, we do once again have our giveaway. Once again, this is US only, I'm afraid. International shipping crisis. What can you do? It's very cyberpunk. But you can be in the running to win a digital and physical copy of Cyberpunk Red, the rulebook, and a year's subscription to Syrinscape platform as well. And to win that, you need to be here at the halfway point, our halfway break. We'll give you a secret word, and then stick around to the end, pop that word into the chat, and you will be in the running to win that prize. So if we are all sitting comfortably, I'll begin. To the markets now, and Rockland Augmetics stock rebounded sharply today after losing value following implications of their involvement in a recent rash of cyberware malfunctions in Night City. Rockland's stock price stabilized yesterday following the NCPD agreeing to crack down on the illicit sale of counterfeit cyberware, with today's rise driven by the announcement that the market-leading cybernetics firm intends to expand its production facilities in the Haywood Industrial Zone, a move a spokesperson for the company claimed would create thousands of technical manufacturing jobs. I'm Sally Cutter, this is Cut the Shit. Subscribe, notify, don't be a dick in my comments. Folks, what the hell does the police commissioner think she's doing? We all know you take your marching orders from the fattest wallets in the exec zone, but could you at least do us the courtesy of being the least bit subtle about it? The night markets are where folks go to get what they need to survive. In places where it's not profitable for the core postal service. If you're cleaning up the street, ma'am, it's pretty clear that we must be the trash. Frankly, I'm tired of media suggesting that selling illegal goods and dealing in contraband is some sort of victimless crime. These operations funnel money into the hands of organized criminals, gangs, gun runners, traffickers, and drug pushers. I mean, are we really so concerned that the NCPD is putting these lowlives out of business? The citizens of Night City just want their home taken back from these people, and this is how we intend to do it. We're going to begin our day with Strife. You are waking up in the recovery room in Nyx's clinic.
Oh.
Can you give me an endurance roll, please?
Oh, sure. Endurance. It's a whole 3.
With your base on top?
Oh, I'm sorry. With my base is a 6.
Okay, 6. Okay,
Yes.
well, the wound has been knitted up. That the surgery was successful. So you no longer have your collapsed lung, but you feel pretty beaten up today. Pretty bad. Pretty groggy from the anesthesia as well. So you took about roughly 8 hit points of damage last time. So
Ouch.
the way this works in Cyberpunk is that if you spend the day with light activity, and I'll tell you if you're pushing it, you'll heal your body stat in hit points over the day.
Okay.
So Yeah, so you have to make a bit of a choice about what it is that you decide to get up to, and if you start to push it, you will kind of reopen your wounds and need to be treated before you can start healing again. Now, yes?
No, I was thinking, would kind of just sitting either doing some work or sitting quietly with like a laptop or in my workshop count as heavy, or would that be more light activity?
That is light activity. If you want to do a bit of light upgrading or fabricating, or even assist Nyx with looking at the untouched Rocklin Cybertech hands that you recovered from Kitty is a possibility. But you also have your responsibilities or your requests for assistance through the Dreamers and through their network of Dreamland. So at some point you might be requested to the day to look into something tech related for the tower and for the faction. Now, as Strife is waking up in your clinic next, did you fall asleep here? Did you go back to your own quarters? Where are you at this point?
I think Nyx probably, just fell asleep at their desk, most likely.
Okay. So, Strife, as you wake up and swing your feet to the ground, a short distance away, Nyx is there, leaning on their hands, and there's a unopened Rocklin box near them with the Cybertech hands. What do you do?
Me?
Yeah, you're gonna wake Nyx up. You're gonna head back to your workshop. What do you feel like doing?
I am not gonna wake Nyx up, but I will leave. I'm guessing paper is not a thing anymore. I'll send a message.
Yeah.
Invictus.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Please leave a message for Nyx that I've taken these hands, which sounds weird in our line of work, back to my apartment and to check into them. I'll come back to the clinic later in the day.
Okay, I'm guessing you don't want to wake her up right now, right?
I mean, unless Nyx looks super uncomfortable, however they're sleeping. Is it late enough in the day where actually, what time is it?
Well, you roll pretty badly in your endurance, so I'd say it's getting on for like 10:30. It's a bit later in the day.
Oh, and Nyx is still asleep?
Yeah, well, Nyx worked hard to get you back up here and fix you up last night, so it takes 4 hours to do a surgery.
Okay. Belay that message. If I can't wake Nyx, then send the message later. So I'll try to gently shake Nyx, but just be wary in case there's if I touch you, is anything going to spring up and attack me because I'm touching you? I don't know. I don't know what safeguards Nyx has.
No, nothing will happen. Except that maybe Darcy, Nyx's AI, Nyx will have rigged it up to remind Strife that every few hours to take in deep breaths, otherwise she'll get pneumonia.
Oh, okay.
See, a rather pleasant British voice reminds you to take deep breaths.
Yes. So it's before I attempt to wake Nyx, I go, okay, breath, I'm good. I can breathe. I'm good.
You certainly can breathe. That's good. That's good. Okay, Nyx, do you think that wakes you up, or do you think Strife will better sneak out without disturbing you?
I think Nyx won't wake up from that. She'll probably have told Darcy, or Darcy kind of knows the setting of volume specifically to say it at, to not wake that. Yeah.
Excellent. So you grab the box and you head down to your workshop. And by the time you get there, Invictus has piped up again and go, hey, your rather spectacular skill set is being requested in Purcell Farms today. Moon has asked for a little tech help, and you're on the list of someone who can help out. They have something to do with their water filters.
Do I have to go now?
Hey, it's just a request. You do it in your own time. I can't tell you what to do with your time.
You sure try sometimes, but all
It's
right.
literally my job.
Make a note. Reformat my AI at the earliest convenience.
Hey, you just did that last week.
Oh, was it just last week? Damn.
Someone tells me
Alright.
you're not happy with how I'm performing.
Look, I almost got my lung. Well, a lung was collapsed. I have to remember to breathe.
Hey, you programmed me this way. You wanted someone to take you down a peg. If you don't like it, it's your fault, not mine.
Vic, don't be such a smartass. I nearly died.
Toning down smartassery.
Is there? So I. How far away is this request? Is it in the building or is it?
It's in the building, yeah. So Purcell Farms is about 3/4 the way up the tower. It's sort of a half hydroponic slab, half more traditional grow bed style farming.
Okay, then all right. Tell them I'll be there in about an hour. So I'm gonna like lock up these hands, find somewhere safe to put them on the off chance someone breaks in my apartment. And get cleaned up because I feel grubby. Because I'm sure that I'm like
close 14 yesterday, so
yeah, bathing is good and find some kind of snack so I'm not like gonna keel over from hunger. But I will. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, a bit of pre-pack while you get yourself cleaned up to a degree.
Yeah, and then I'll go check on that and see how much of a request it is before I agree to anything. And then if it's not bad, I'll work on it. And then I'll come back and work on the hands, which still seems so weird to say.
So, do you head up there to see what it is, or do you want to like give Moon a call?
Since they requested, I'll just go up.
Cool. It's not too hard to get up there. So as its name suggests, Purcell Farm, which is named after the edge runner who set the whole thing up, is heaven's breadbasket. So you've got crops grown in grow beds and greenhouses up and down the tower. Some of them are like bolted on the outside to catch what little sun filters through the smog. But here is where the efforts are most intensive. So you've got some traditional soil burst farming, and then you've got a hydroponics lab as well, which they've kind of cobbled together from salvaged tech. So they're trying to create as much fresh produce as the conditions allow in here. And there's a research lab, part of the hydroponics setup, where techs kind of trying to continually improve the infrastructure. Seeds, tools, and techniques. It's kind of a new frontier of learning for a lot of people in this new ad hoc age that we're in. And you're greeted in the lab by a graying older black gentleman by the name of Moon. He's one of the original founders. He's an old meteor. He's got long dreadlocks tied back. And by reputation that Moon is a bit of a thinker. He's got a bit of his head in the clouds. So these days, instead of sort of being directly involved, he likes to help out with the farm, growing plants, and give lectures to some of the younger dreamers. He also helps tend the chickens on the floor above as well. He likes to talk to them about his ideas too. So he greets you and he says, "Hey, Strife. Thanks for answering my call."
You're welcome. Strife is like doing her best not to show that she's just like, ow, I need to remember to breathe.
Well, with your low endurance, you're not doing a very good job. You're
I'm sure.
Worse for wear there. You sure are up to helping us out today. I don't want to impose.
Well, I want to see what exactly you need first, and if I'm not up to it, I can always come back tomorrow morning or later.
I appreciate the generosity. So, We procured some antibiotic-producing soybeans a couple of weeks back from Biotechnica. Let's just say they were a donation. But we've been struggling to keep them alive with the recent blood rains. They're full of these greasy particulates, and they pretty much gum up the water filters overnight. You could change out the filters and flush the contaminants, but in the long term, we're going to need someone to overhaul the system.
Is there any kind of fine mesh filter that's already in there?
Yeah, we got the best filter here we could procure from scavenging, but it doesn't seem to be up to the job. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, she'll go look, and because what she's thinking is, depending on the setup of it, if there's like a very fine mesh that can kind of almost be a cage for things go in, it's not as fine a mesh as things are passing through, but then a finer mesh so that whatever these things are is getting caught, and then that whole piece can be pulled out and cleaned versus gumming up everything.
Yes. So give me. So this is a water filtration system for you. This is basic tech. So you want to roll a D10, your technique, your basic tech skill, and add any points that you have in field technician as well.
I'm just making sure I'm rolling the right thing. Oh, why couldn't I get this roll earlier? 14.
14?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you diagnose that yes, there is like a staged filter in here, and the finer filter is pretty much completely clogged with this red, greasy kind of particulate sludge that comes down in the rain. It's what people have started calling blood rain. It's from all the stuff that's in the atmosphere from the war, even like 20 years ago. It just rains down every so often. So you diagnose that you can change out the filters. That's going to be a DV9 basic tech check. That's really simple. Take you 15 minutes. Flushing the system of contaminants that have made it through will take about half an hour. That'll be DV13, and that'll get the system running for now. But next time it rains, it's going to happen again. With your role, you do know as a tech that you could upgrade the purifiers or fabricate a new set of purifiers, but you'll need some electronically controlled adaptive filters, which you don't currently have at the moment. You'd have to find out how to get them.
All right. As long as it falls under light activity, I will help them with this. And then maybe I can set them to try and either tell me where I can go get these filters, or they get them and I can do some fabrication. So I'm doing 2 rolls for you. One's a 9, one's a 13.
So one to change the filters, one's a 9, yeah. And
that is a 15.
Excellent. Moon's kind of looking over your shoulder, and he's while you're working away, he's likes to talk about there's a lot of corpos recently who are abandoning their previous life and wanting to move into the tower. I was wondering what you felt about that.
I ignore that and pretend I really have to focus on what I'm doing.
So Moon's a little bit oblivious. He doesn't really stop talking, despite the fact that you just and he really just appreciates someone to just talk at while you work.
Yeah, my other roll's an 18.
Excellent. So he doesn't distract you one bit as you quickly switch out the filters for something that will work a bit better, and flush the system as well. He thanks you. Oh, that was pretty quick work. I didn't realize it would only take you 45 minutes. Thanks. Do you think this is going to hold up for long?
It'll hold up until we get rain again, but you really need some better filters, some electronically controlled ones.
Do you have those? Can you make them?
Out of character, can I make them, DM?
Well, I think there's a couple of things that you could probably do. You could see if anyone in heaven has them or knows how to make them. That would be a local knowledge check. You could talk to a fixer, or you could do a bit of research on your own, see if there's something like a water treatment plant or something nearby. That would be like a streetwise or an education or a library search, and you could see if there's like a water treatment plant you could scav them from.
Okay. No, and I'd have to do some work to find them. Unless you know a fixer that might either have blueprints or know where to find them.
I don't have that many contacts these days. I'm afraid I pretty much stay up here and write essays on Dreamland. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that specifically.
Well, since you were over my shoulder, hopefully you learned how to change these. And in the meantime, I can set out looking for these things, but it'll take a while for me to learn to make it.
Well, I certainly appreciate your assistance. Thanks for giving up your time today. Good luck fixing things up. These plants, if we can get them growing, would be a big help to the whole tower.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. Just, when it's raining, make sure that you change these filters as soon as the rain stops.
Okay, we're gonna burn through them pretty fast. Now, I don't want to take any more of your time. You're looking, apologize to say, a little worse for wear.
That's a fine way to talk to someone that just helped you.
Hey, I'm just looking out for you. I didn't mean to do you a disservice. I just think you should take it easy.
Well, I was in the middle of kind of doing that, but then I got your urgent message.
My apologies. I won't take up any more of your time.
And she smiles and makes sure to show the vampire fangs.
Okay. Oh, poor Moon. He's a gentle soul. He doesn't mean ill. Can I nip over to Nyx, where you, Darcy, will gently eventually wake you up? Good morning.
Yeah, Nyx makes this mumbling kind of noise. Peels her head up from the desk.
I don't want to bother you, but the days are wasting.
What's the time?
It's getting on for noon now.
She just goes quiet. And she's like, "Who are you to judge?"
I'm literally awake 24/7.
She'll look over the recovery ward. Realize Strife isn't there.
Mm-hmm. Who you do have in there though, still recovering is Proxy. So Proxy is the one you did brain surgery on, and she's having like a very slow time recovery. She's been conscious a couple of times, but obviously what happened to her, it has affected her, and you're not quite sure yet whether it's neurological or psychological at this point. But yeah, she's still in there. And Darcy also says that Crux, the person whose legs were disconnected, has left you a message as well, and they want to have a chat to you at some point today if you've got time for them.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, so I don't think we're doing much today, so she could talk to Crux, or book in a time to talk to Crux, I guess.
Yeah. So what's your morning routine? Do you need much to get going? Do you drink a bit of synth coffee or other stimulants to get yourself going?
Probably, has coffee, synth coffee, and kind of like me, I guess. That'll do now until dinner. Yeah, Nyx is a medic, but also terrible at looking after themselves. So
yes.
And they'll also make sure that Proxy's friend has unlimited visiting hours can like visit whenever, because Nyx
Yeah.
feels that Proxy would benefit from having a friend, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll need to take some time to figure out exactly what's going on with her when you get time. You have a vague idea that she's still obviously not quite right from what happened to her, but yeah, you'll need to take some time. But if you want to contact Crux, you can come up and see.
Yeah. Nyx will also like have Darcy like keeping a check of any changes on Proxy or anything like that. But yeah, we'll book a meeting with Crux then, I guess.
Well, when she arrives, she is she has had her cyber legs removed completely now, and so she's just her legs were amputated at the thighs, and she's actually now running in a cyber chair. This one's actually not one of the new Rocklin brands. It's actually an older IEC model, and it looks like it's been kitted for a bit extra grunt, modified battery pack and drive. She's not used to using it, and she, like her character, she's a bit aggressive on the controls. So she kind of bumps your door as she comes in. She's still getting used to it, and she comes in, and she's obviously just a bit annoyed about her own incompetence of doing it as well. And she's sort of comes in, and she's like, God damn this thing! I'm just not used to using it yet. So, sorry, let me put it on a slower speed. I think. How do I? There it is. Okay. And then it tilts back for no, god damn it. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for seeing me.
Nyx is patient, understands, has gone through that themselves with a couple of chairs before. But yeah, she says, what is it that you wanted to see me for? Like, Nyx is still kind of half awake.
Well, look, I don't know how to deal with this. I'm used to having the grip-free legs. I mean, I had perfectly working legs, and I had a Ripper Doc take them off to put those legs on so I could, do the dangerous construction jobs. It's what I was doing with myself, and now I just don't know what to do with my time. I don't know if I should go get some cloned legs, have the interfaces taken out of my stumps, or have you got any closer to fixing this problem? I had someone try to replace it with a different set of legs. They instantly malfunctioned, so I don't know what to do.
Nyx, yeah. She'll say, well, I mean, we kind of have some leads, I guess, now, don't we, on the whole Rocklin problem?
Yeah, so you know that the Rocklin virus made people's nervous system only respond to a certain signal from cyberware. Basically made them compatible with one type of cyberware signal.
Right. So Nyx will try and explain it all in layman's terms, I guess. And
so I'm like, yeah, carry on.
Oh no, carry on. Sorry.
Why don't you give me a conversation roll to see how well you explain this?
Okay. Second, get the sheet. Conversation. Where's that gone? Oh, the sheet. I'm trying to figure out where it is.
Social skills, top right somewhere, I believe.
Top right, okay. Oh yeah, okay. That's 16.
Lovely, yeah. So you kind of lay it out for her, and she's like, "So, I'm like a proprietary platform. Like I'm only compatible with one set of peripherals."
At the moment, yes. probably
Oh,
understand.
okay. Can you like make me some legs that are compatible or something?
Would I be able to do that?
Cybertech check.
Okay. Um, that is Cybertech. 10.
Yeah, you don't know if you can right now. You need to know more. You don't have the signal itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nix will say, you know, I could try, but the problem is that it would most likely just be rejected the same way other treatments have so
So
far
I'm
until we can
so
figure out.
yeah, and how long's that gonna take? I'm useless like this. I want to do what I was doing before.
Nix will, butt in then. Is no, no, you're not useless. You're not.
Well,
Um,
it feels that way.
I understand. I do. It's stressful and it's difficult when you have to, assess and reassess your life and what you can do with it with limitations that you may or may not have. And think about it this way. You have a lot to offer as a person. What other skills do you have? What other interests do you have?
Look, I've always been in construction and welding, and I was using my grip feet to get up there where, other guys couldn't reach, I mean, I guess I could work in the, down in the workshop in fabrication there and then have that stuff moved, but, I won't be out with the crew anymore. I mean, I guess I could see if there's still some work for me. I guess.
It will be hard. And the thing is, I can't promise a fix, for this. And I truly am sorry for that. But please
Well, you didn't do
realize,
it, Doc.
Please realize your life isn't over.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's over. I'm just pissed off,
Yeah, I get it.
I can't believe they
Completely
did this
get
to
it.
me. They did this to us. I mean, look at her. She's been in here like 2 days. It's just I'm sorry, Doc. I'm just pissed. I was just really hoping I would come up here and you know how to fix it and you could get me back to where I was. I mean, it's not your fault, but I don't know.
No, I understand. Really, I do. I've been through it myself. What we'll do is, we'll, find you work with a skill that you already have or something you have an interest in for now. And I'll keep you updated on the news on any changes. And I think it would be best if you saw one of my colleagues or one of myself, just for some mental health support, someone to talk to, vent to.
Like therapy.
Not so much that, but someone to vent to who would understand what you're going through.
Yeah, okay, I'll think about it. I'm not much one for talking. Most people get pissed off when I talk for too long, so I'll think about it.
Well, you've been talking for a while, and I'm not pissed off at you.
Yeah, well, that makes one. Yeah, thanks, Doc. It was a good chat. It was a good chat. Okay. Yeah, but just please keep me informed if you find out how I can get back to my old self again. That'd be great. That'd be great. I want to be climbing the walls again. You know what I mean? And not in my apartment, if you know what I mean.
I understand, but just be aware. I won't give you false hope. Just in case, just be aware that may not be a possibility.
Okay.
And if it is,
I get it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
All right. Thanks, Doc.
No problem. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Hey, there's been a little bit of pain, just associated with it since they came out. You got painkillers?
Yeah. She'll ask Darcy to open one of the sliding cabinets that has everything organized in it.
Out they come?
Yeah. She'll prescribe those, with the kind of, rigorous, like, take them at this time and don't take too many kind of.
Yeah, she doesn't really listen to that. She's just like, yeah, oh, great, painkillers, thanks, awesome.
Fair enough.
I mean, you get the impression that maybe she does have a bit of pain, but she definitely also likes painkillers too. So yeah, bit of column A, bit from column B.
She'll make sure a couple of those in there then are placebos, just in case.
Okay. Looking out for your patients. Okay, so let's nip over to our Netrunner and our Rockerboy, Nero and Olympia. Now, you guys have a dinner date to prepare for tonight. You guys are heading to Maximilian Darvo's private residence in the exec zone, where you've been invited to a dinner party. Max has a business proposal for Olympia, and you have asked to bring a +1. Now, how do you guys go about preparing for this? Are you going to sort of get some story straight? What are you going to take with you? How are you going to dress? Are you going to bring your cyber deck? How are you going to conceal it? There's stuff that needs to be discussed between you. So sort of when do you meet up? Where do you meet up? And what do you talk about?
I feel like I probably go to Olympia's. She's the one who's in charge, and I'm more of her company and her guest.
So you're gonna be led by her.
Yes, and I think I'm going to keep my cyber deck in a briefcase.
Lovely.
Very, very corporal-esque.
Yes, so you're going to bring your briefcase to a dinner party?
Of course. All dinner is business, and all business is dinner.
Excellent.
Don't look at me like that, Tanya.
Briefcases are somewhat rare these days because everybody has everything digitally on their agents. So you may have to do some talking, I will say, just to normalize that for your guests. But
no, that's fine.
What are you doing when Nero arrives at your residence, Olympia?
Well, I'd assume that Nero would probably come over like an hour or two before we're supposed to leave.
Yeah.
And Olympia would already, be dressed but still doing her hair and makeup. I see you putting that on, Gabe. I see you.
Damn right.
He's gone full yellow suit.
For those who don't remember, the one thing Olympia asked him not to do was wear yellow. Has a yellow suit.
So up to this point during the day, you've just been sort of chilling, practicing. You do get a fair amount of fan mail as well. Even though you are an aloof performer, you do have fans and you do have followers, and they do like to write to you on a regular basis, ask when you're next playing a gig up in the penthouse. Are you ever going to release more music on Dreamland? It's been a long time since your last record, or just gushing of how much they love you and asking if they can do anything for you, send you things. How do you respond to all this stuff that you get flooded with?
I think Olympia would definitely have form letters for quite a few of them. As far as like sending her things, she would definitely have whatever is the equivalent of a PO box in this era. She's certainly not going to let them know where she lives in heaven.
Yeah, you kind of hide away somewhere in the tower, keep it a secret.
Well, I mean, I assume everybody would, everybody would expect her to live in like the nicer part, but she lives like down near the workshops because that's where she put herself. And as far as like recordings, next gigs, there would be the coy responses, but all form letters that Wolfie could basically send out on his own while she sleeps until at least 2 o'clock.
Right, lovely, brilliant. And do you have any fans that you do let a little bit close to you? Small entourage, 1 or 2 kind of closer confidants. As a Rockerboy, you can use your influence to have people do favors for you and achieve things for you. Do you ever kind of make use of your influence in that way?
I think that definitely a few people would be a little closer, not close enough that, how to put this, not close enough so that they're friends, but they think they are.
Right. They're the sort of the normal people in your fan club, the people who have proven themselves to be generous and level-headed about their appreciation for you, perhaps, and kind of help moderate
some of the other stuff.
Yeah, the Muse fan boards, maybe. Keep things on the level. Yeah. Great. Great.
Because, and I can't remember if we discussed this after an episode or if it was during an episode, but, you know, Olympia does really crave that kind of close friendship, the found family thing. And she definitely doesn't feel that people that started out as like fans would be the best way to go about that. So she looks towards people that she admires.
Great.
Great. Unfortunately, she attempts snark in order to do this. But so she would, she would have him fire off form letters. She might exchange 1 or 2 actual responses with her mods and just say, hey, I'm not around tonight. Make sure nobody does anything stupid. Right. Kind of thing. Yeah. And she would send one of them to collect her mail. Because I think one of them would probably know where she lives. Like just one of them.
Fantastic. And Nero, what do you do with your day while your technically minded fellows are working on their little private products?
Probably just making sure all of my software is working in good condition, checking to make sure my suit is clean, practicing a little bit of my snark. Yes, absolutely.
Practice. It's
terrible. Making sure he's not out of practice with the whole corpo scene.
The corpo thing?
Yeah, he's used to being more of not a jerk because it doesn't get him anywhere anymore. Now you
when
have
are
to
you not a jerk, Nero?
I mean,
hey, when they're not a jerk to me first.
Okay.
Bench guy was a jerk first. I'm just weird. Other Netrunner tried to play games, did things to my brain. I was just being nice. Convinced her to go back in. Almost ate her with my demon wolf. Completely unrelated. But I gave him a chance. Nero's just a lot, and he knows it. But then if they push too far, that's when he goes back to being a corpo. So it's pretty much just and probably figuring out ways that he can make Olympia roll her eyes without her actually being upset. And like when he finds the yellow suit, when he finds the yellow suit in his closet, it's just a moment of perfect.
Roll me your wardrobe and style, please.
Deal.
And Olympia, Kelli, you can do the same for Olympia as well.
An 11. Not bad.
That's okay. I mean, the basic of 9 I needed you to cross to be acceptable, but higher would have made you more impressive. You just kind of...
I don't want to be impressive. Then they won't look at me.
Yeah, you're just kind of normal, but yellow.
14.
Yes.
14, a little bit better, not spectacularly so. You're up 1 more band of difficulty in the 13 plus. So again, you are used to dressing for corpo events, but perhaps you're not quite sure how formal it's going to be. It's just sort of a dinner party at someone's house. It's not like a big kind of corporate soiree, so you have to hedge your bets slightly. But here's Nero outside your door, briefcase in hand, yellow suit, and you guys have to sort of prepare what your story is, and how you're gonna go about tonight.
So Olympia would open her door in a red dress and look at his yellow suit.
Pleasure.
I asked you, you had one job.
Yes.
Not to wear yellow.
Mm.
We look like mustard and ketchup now.
Yes, but that means that they won't look at us if they can help it. Plus, consider this. I look good in the suit. That's it.
She'll just kind of she'll kind of like turn on her heel. She's still in bare feet. So she'll just turn on her heel and walk back in and like gesture him like really annoyed. It is a mess. Her place is like everything's thrown everywhere while she was getting ready, clothes everywhere, whatever. And she like absentmindedly looks at a chair and pushes the pile of clothes off of it and just gestures for him to sit down.
Well, thank you. Are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be?
You
Why do
seem
you ask?
so organized and assertive and logical in everything you do. This looks more like a place I would have expected for me.
I know where everything is. I know exactly which pile it's in.
Ah,
Perfectly
organized chaos.
Exactly.
That
Now,
makes more sense.
if I get you into his house, how are you going to manage to get us any information is the question.
Well, he's rich and stupid. It means he's got plenty of technology. You can hack basically anything.
That's true. He's probably one of those ones that has like an interactive toilet or something. You can just hack his toilet. I don't know.
Like hack his bidet. Make it shoot out acid.
I regret everything. I mean, you know how to deal with these types. You are one of these.
Depends on the day.
It's true. Apparently his wife will be there. I don't know if there's anybody else going to be there. Some sort of business proposal, which I really hope is business.
Are we gonna shoot him?
Probably not.
Why did you say
Are
probably?
you bringing guns, guys?
So it's
I am not bringing my gun.
Should I not bring mine?
You know we're going to be searched at the door, right?
True, but they don't. I'm not sure if they know who I am or not. I hope not. I could predict. Well, actually, that's a great question. Who am I to you, Olympia?
I don't know. Who do you want to be?
Don't ask me that question.
Bodyguard?
If I'm your bodyguard,
Friend?
I may be able
stylist?
to bring a gun.
I don't know. Obviously not fashion stylist. Look what you're wearing. Could be bodyguard. How easily could I explain away the gun if he was a bodyguard?
Well, Night City's a pretty dangerous place.
They probably would take it though. That's the question once we're inside.
Well, if Max trusts you, you probably get in the house. It's probably the exec zone that itself, it might going through the gates might cause a little bit of an issue there. Smaller weapons are concealable with a roll as well.
Okay, Olympia only has a heavy pistol. I don't think that's concealable in a very small red dress. Well, long but small red dress.
It might be more difficult, yes. I would impose a penalty to conceal.
May I have a bag of holding? No.
You can get it. I'll give you a portable hole.
They just throw Gabe in there. But no, she's like, well, I guess bodyguard.
Well, are you going to hold them up? Like, what's your tactic here, guys? Or are you just going to try and
No, first we're going to try to. I mean, Olympia's entire livelihood right now depends on them thinking she likes being around Corpo.
Yeah.
So she knows how to play that game.
It
would be a pretty big play to get into their house and hold them hostage.
Yeah, so maybe not bodyguard.
I'd be a personal escort.
Yes, I hired you. No.
Yes.
Personal escort. Okay, fine.
It would make sense if I am both your tech support and muscle, in a sense. It would make sense why I stay with you. It would make sense why I'm seemingly distracted and looking around for things. I'm keeping an eye out for threats. It would make sense why you talk down to me sometimes. And I just let it happen.
She's just gonna stare at him and blink. Like,
that right there, exactly that. They'd never doubt it.
but I do that to everybody.
Exactly.
Fine, you are my tech and muscle and sound guy in case I have to
don't make
perform
fancy
somewhere.
words. A corporate wouldn't
know.
care.
I don't know,
Like
but you've been with me a while.
manager?
That's why I take you everywhere.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm. Plus, you keep track of all of my business associates. I can't possibly be bothered.
Perfect.
Great. So, any more preparation that you need to do? So,
No,
we've
not really.
determined.
Oh,
So,
yes. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Oh.
What was Aubrey's driver's name again?
Oleg.
Oleg. I would call Oleg because you said I was kind of friendly with him, and he knows that I live in heaven. So
Yes, he's a dreamer himself. So yeah.
yeah. So I go. I would give him a call and ask him to drive us because I did say that I would rather bring my own transpo.
Yes, I can drive you. I have a night off. No problem.
Brilliant. And of course, I will pay you. I'm not asking you to do this for free.
I appreciate it. Times are tough. Times
are
have
tough.
always been tough.
Yes. So I would tell him to just swing around and pick us up. Oh, and wear your nicest suit.
I only have one suit.
That is correct.
It was given to me.
I know.
I tried to keep it as clean as possible.
Didn't I give you that suit?
No, because I drive for Aubrey and biotechnical execs. They give me suits to wear and fashionable cap.
Extremely.
It's not fashionable. I make joke.
It's bad. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad cap.
You should have seen what I had to wear when I was working on Floating City.
I think rather I would like to leave that just in my imagination somewhere that's not
you
here.
should visit sometime. It is a wonderful, different kind of living. We are all free out there.
I think she would love to.
I think I would not.
Oh, who is your friend on the call?
I'm her husband.
Oh, I did not know. Did not know you were married.
I'm
Muse.
not. He just wishes he was my husband.
So
this
it's
is
possible.
very confusing.
Don't talk while I'm drinking, Gabe.
Well, excellent. I will be around to pick you up.
Okay. But she'll hang up with him. She'll turn to Nero. You do realize that he is now going to tell everybody that.
Yes.
He gossips like crazy.
Exactly. And when someone thinks you're married, they'll be that much more jealous because that's how corporate nonsense works. And that will make you that much more interesting.
So now you're going to let Maximilian think I'm married to my bodyguard.
They don't have to know it's me. He only heard my voice. I didn't say a name.
You could get Oleg to shut the hell up and not tell anyone.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
So yeah, no, that's pretty much it. She would just put on, she would just get her shoes on and something fashionable to toss over the dress and
Great.
And
So
head
we're dressed. We got our cyber deck. We are not bringing guns. Did you decide whether or not you're bringing a gun?
I'm bringing my gun.
Okay.
They can take it at the door if I can't get away with it, but I'm bringing it.
Give me a conceal roll before we go to a break, and we'll
Deal.
find out how good you are at hiding that gun.
Conceal. Which one is conceal under?
So it's in the top left. It's like an awareness skill, I believe.
Got
it's
it.
conceal,
I
reveal
see it.
object.
14.
Yeah, so you hide it reasonably well. You tuck it somewhere in your, in the lining of your suit or, in your shoulder holster.
Yeah.
And as you climb into the executive car that Oleg pulls up to the car park at the base of heaven, we will take our break there.
Here we go, sweetie.